Welcome back to another one of Ray's ridiculously random rambling ruminations. So this past Monday, I went to the ER. I have a wisdom tooth that's grown in, and it's now cracked. So the nerve is exposed. It's unpleasant. So I went to the hospital, and they're like, "Well, it's not infected, so continue on your way." Which is fine. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't infected, and I wanted to see if going in would help me get in quicker to see a dentist. But so I was there 14 hours, and at the end, I was just waiting to be discharged. And I was literally standing there waiting, and my neighbor across the way was pretty much doing the same thing. We'd both been waiting for discharge. We were told we are going to get discharged 2 hours earlier. So we're both there, and I'm at this point I'm ready to jump up on my bed and go, "You can have me blood, you can have my urine, but you cannot take my freedom." Of course, then the next thing that would happen would I would be in a white padded straight suit in a padded room going, "You took my freedom." So, I behaved, I controlled myself, and we were discharged about 45 minutes later. So that made me think while I was there, I'm like, the old saying was the church is kind of like an ER. It's where people go to get better, to get healed, get fixed, so to speak. But as I was in the hospital waiting for hours, I thought, it seems like it's more true today because the church is a hospital. You have people come into the emergency room, you have people go to ICU, and people who come to God, they come in and they're sick and they're looking to get better. Some of them it's more of an emergency. Some of them go into ICU to recover some, and for others, for Christians especially, we do occasionally have to go to the hospital for appointments, like for checkups. Turn your head and cough, or you're going to be put in an MRI, or we're going to torture you with a mammogram, or any number of things we make an appointment to go to the hospital for, to just to stay on top of our health. So the church is a hospital. It has the emergency room, it has the ICU, it has the normal hospital floors, but it also has checkups for us that we need to make sure that we continue to go for. But the other part that I was thinking about while I was there, before my Braveheart speech to myself, was the fact that, the hospital isn't just for sick people. It's a service for the community. You have the people who welcome them in, people who do triage, the nurses, you have CNAs, you have RNs, you have phlebotomists, you have specialists, and that's what the church is. We're the fivefold ministry, or we're supposed to be the fivefold ministry. So there are different things for everyone, and you know what? There are also janitor cleaners in a hospital to help make sure everything stays sterile and clean and up to standards. Well, we have those at church too, and they're no less important at church than they are at a hospital. But the other part is we also have EMS. We have emergency people that go out, 911. They can't get to the church. They can't get to where God is. So we have people who go out and get those who are sick or dying or need help, and we bring them back. We have, church, hospitals have outreaches where they do a home health care. We also do home health care at church. We do home health care at church, and we do it, sometimes you need to do range of motion. Range of motion is very important to keep your health going in a physical setting, but also in the church setting. So while I was sitting there at the hospital waiting to be released, kicking my feet and trying to control my temper tantrum, God was smacking me in the head saying, "We're an ER, we're an ICU. We're a trauma unit, but we're also checkups. We're also where I have people that go out and find the sick and the dying and the helpless and the ones who are in need and bring them to my house." So what part are we? Are we still stuck in the ICU after 10 years of being pew warmers? Or are we at the point where we're ready to step forward and be an ambulance driver? Are we ready to go out and help people do range of motion to get their strength back? What are you willing to do? What am I willing to do? So that was it. So while I was having my Braveheart moment, God was having a wake up Ray moment. So that'll be it. Hope you have a good one and catch you on the flip side.